Thank you for listening to Shulchanaruchharav.com.
Wrap his tefillin over his wristwatch, or must it be removed beforehand? This question is not only relevant for one's personal knowledge, but also when you're doing the great meritorious act of offering another Jew to put on tefillin in the Lubavitcher Rebbe's Mivtzoim campaign. Should one make sure that the individual removes his wristwatch prior to you wrapping it on his arm, or is it not necessary? So in order to answer this question, we must first give a thorough background of the laws of chatzitza, intervening substances, that apply to tefillin. Must the tefillin rest on one's actual skin, or by the head on one's actual hair, or is it okay even if there is an intervening substance in between? In other words, does it follow the same laws as immersion in a mikveh, which requires that there be no chatzitzas or intervening substances between the water and one's body? Or are we more lenient by tefillin and there is no such precondition for the fulfillment of the command? So practically we find a major debate amongst the Rishonim regarding whether chatzitzas invalidate the mitzvah of tefillin or not. The Rosh, the father of the Torah, famously holds that chatzitzas do invalidate, as the pasuk says, "V'hayel al yadecha," implying that it must rest on your actual skin, while the Rashba is of the opinion that it is not necessary and there is no invalidation of chatzitza by tefillin. Practically, while both opinions are recorded in the Shulchanaruch of the Alter Rebbe in chapter 27, halacha 7, practically we rule, like the stringent approach, like the opinion of the Rosh, that one may not have a chatzitza, an intervening substance between the tefillin and one's hair or skin. Now for the million-dollar question, which is relevant to our research of whether a wristwatch may remain on the forearm when wrapping or is to be removed. The question is, to what areas of the tefillin does this chatzitza invalidation apply? Is it throughout the entire area of the wrapping and wearing? Is it only under the bias, the actual box of the tefillin that houses the parchments, that they must sit directly on your skin, but the straps don't have to? Where does this law apply to? So one thing's for certain, it of course applies at the very least to the bottom, to the ktsitza, to the bias of the tefillin, that it must rest directly on your skin by the shalyad, directly on your hair by the shalreish, without any intervening substance under it. However, regarding the straps, it's unclear. The Mechaber in the Shulchanaruch, chapter 27, halacha 4, makes no mention of the law regarding the straps. And the Ramah interjects there in the gloss saying that indeed it is only under the actual bias that intervening substances pose a halachic issue. However, under the straps there is no issue at all. However, the Taz, the Magen Avram, all take issue with the ruling of the Ramah, who was very liberal in his statement saying that there's never chatzitza invalidations by straps, claiming that the Rashba himself testifies that the custom was to prohibit chatzitzas also under the straps. And the final ruling of the Taz, and likewise of the Alter Rebbe, and this is the final ruling lahalacha, as writes the Mishnah Brura, is that we hold as follows. The straps that are around the hair of your head, that fasten the bias of your head to your head, may not have any chatzitzas under those straps, just like you can't have under the bias of the shalresh. Now regarding the shalyad, you may not have any chatzitzas under the first circumference of wrapping around your bicep, which is usually the amount of strap that is looped for you to enter your arm into. That first set that's bound around your bicep may not have any chatzitzas under it, as that is what officially fulfills the ukshartim, the tying of the shalyad. But the remainder of the strap, whether on the bicep or on the forearm or on the hands, has no chatzitza invalidation to it. So from the letter of the law, there is no problem in having a chatzitza, an intervening substance, on your forearm or on your hand when you put on tefillin. Nonetheless, it's recorded in the Achreinim, in the Pri Megadim, Kaf HaChaim, and others, that lechatchila initially one should not have a chatzitza anywhere under the tefillin straps, even the straps around the forearm and the hand, unless there is a justifiable reason for needing it to be there, that you don't want it removed. With all that information, let us now analyze our original question, must you remove your watch, your wristwatch, prior to wrapping tefillin, and should you tell another person who you are wrapping tefillin on to remove his wristwatch? So based on all the above from the letter of the law, it is permitted to have a chatzitza, a wristwatch, on the area of your wrist that the straps are wrapped on, as chatzitzas in those areas don't invalidate the tefillin wearing in any which way. So those who are accustomed to wrap their tefillin over the wristwatch do not have to be protested. They are doing nothing wrong according to halacha. And likewise in Mivtzaim, you do not have to be particular that people remove their wristwatch, especially as often occurs if they may come to then forget it by you, or may feel uncomfortable doing so, and may not want to put on tefillin if they're being asked to remove their watch. Nonetheless, every individual on his own should try to be stringent in this matter, as we concluded in the Achreinim, and hence to try to get rid of all chatzitzas from his forearm and hand, including his wristwatch, and so is the custom amongst God-fearing Jews to remove the wristwatch prior to wrapping tefillin, even though, as we said, it doesn't invalidate the mitzvah, and it's not required from the letter of the law.
Thank you for listening to Shulchanaruchharav.com. Our free services of making Torah knowledge available to the public depends on donors like you. Please help us continue our work through making even a small contribution at Shulchanaruchharav.com under the Daily Halacha Dedication section or in the subscription page. Also, check out our online courses and many sefarim available for purchase that will both enhance your Torah knowledge and help support our work.